Hey, piercing thoughts about The Substance. Why are more people talking about this movie? I mean, this movie is insane, and I'm just now seeing it. It's late at night. I came back. I even take my coat off before I started recording. I didn't really talk to anyone on the way home. I talked to some people outside of the theater immediately as I walked by, like some strangers, and we were all kind of talking to each other about how crazy this movie was. I can't believe how crazy this movie is, and I haven't seen it before, and no one's really talked about it. I mean, I've heard about it. It has great reviews, but no one's talked about it. This is an absolutely insane, dare I, what, masterpiece? What is it about? The Substance is about a woman, Demi Moore, who kind of takes a experimental drug called the Substance to help her stay young or become young in a not in the traditional way, in a different way, or become a younger version or younger, better, prettier version of herself, pretty much. And she has to maintain a balance by switching every so days and keeping keep injecting herself with various liquids and stuff. It's very, very interesting and gruesome and disturbing and gross. Even without the movie going into the body horror, which there's a lot of it here. There's a shot in the beginning with this guy who goes to the urinal and the camera's right there on him, and we have to watch this guy pee, and we're not watching him pee, but we're watching his face. He's like this close to the camera, and it's just uncomfortable. And it's Dennis Quaid. He's talking like, oh, who cares? He's being terrible, and we have to be. It's uncomfortable. Makes the movie makes you uncomfortable so much with the audio and the visual. And there's a scene he's eating shrimp. Nothing bad's even happened yet. It's just Dennis Quaid eating shrimp, and it's disgusting. And the camera's so close to him, it's disgusting. This movie is like surviving some type of weird torture. Maybe torture is the wrong word, but like in a Clockwork Orange, they'll show you something, or the Clockwork Orange torture, like how they'll show you something you like, and then like put something terrible behind it or murder behind it. Like, oh, do you like uh cake? How do you like it with literal poop on it? Oh, like, oh, do you like this dog? Do you like this puppy? Yeah. Do you like it when I covered it in blood? No. This movie does that to you, except it does it with, well, women. And that sounds awful, but there's no way to describe it. There's a lot. Heads up to anyone thinking see this casually with a family member or a date or anyone else. You better be prepared for a lot of nudity because there's a ton of Pacific Pete shots in this movie too, like butt shots specifically. There's a lot of it, and like I can't complain too much, but also you got to be prepared. You got to be ready, and if you're not into that, well, don't even watch the movie. Good luck, because there's a lot of our main characters and like nu nudity is just it's just in this movie. Just heads up, big heads up, and it you weaponizes it. Weaponizes it. There's a lot. It'll show you like a shot of a woman and then a shot of like something disgusting, and then like do that back and forth, some type of weird, terrible, weird camera trick. And like it's not a camera trick, but purposely it does that. And it's show you like the beauty of something, and then also how disturbing or the background story, what it is. There's literally a scene where Margaret Qualley, who plays the younger, betterer version of Demi Moore, is on a talk show and she's talking about how she's like, oh, I just came from nowhere. She's being humble about stuff. And then they're showing her, then it's showing Demi Moore, who's really looking decrepit at the moment, like stuffing a turkey. And then like it'll go back to Margaret and then Demi, Margaret, Demi. And then, but Demi's like doing something disgusting with like a chicken or a turkey. She's like stuffing it with her fingers. And there's just so much imagery horror in this. Like there's beautiful imagery, very what's it called, exploitative, kind of suggestive sexual imagery, and then there's this disturbing, gross, grotesque imagery, and they contrast each other very sharply. And it's a purposeful stylistic choice, and it's disturbing. It's so disturbing. And yeah, I don't even know. There's no word for it. It's just, oh my God. This is a horror movie. I'm not spoiling anything here. I was honestly disturbed by the ending. The ending disturbed me. I have not been disturbed since like this since like maybe watching Midsummer or whatever. Like it's like on that level. Really, it is. And like the body horror imagery is like Cronenberg levels, like The Fly. Worse than The Fly, actually. It's worse than The Thing. I haven't seen body horror done like this in
Oh man, it's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, credit where credit is due. They did a great job. Credit to Demi Moore, Dennis Quaid, Margaret Qualley. Man, Margaret Qualley, man, she's a track. But anyway, like there's so much. There's so much in this movie. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to rate it. Everyone I walked out of the theater with, I saw this alone with strangers. We were all on the same page of how crazy and weird and just what this WTF? What do we just watch? It's that type of movie all the way. If you're into disturbing, crazy, offbeat, off the rails things, this movie's for you. And it does have a message. It just good luck parsing through. I think the message, if I had to put one, is like vanity is hell. That I think that's the message. I mean, bet there's a couple more, but I'm sure that's one of them. That ending, this ending, I do recommend this movie.
Yeah, I guess I give it an A plus because it's movies that kind of punch the crap out of you deserve praise. Because I walked back to the car kind of zombified. It gave me a headache. I was like, can't believe what I just watched. How'd I get through that? Especially the ending. The ending. Oh my God. If your like mind or soul isn't like needs a wash after this movie, then maybe you need help. Yeah, because this movie does like it's one of those. What do I do now? What I just watch? I need to watch something wholesome movies. It's like you gotta go home and watch like I don't know some Disney Channel, some Winnie the Pooh, something make you feel better because this movie like it's brutal on your psyche. It's just brutal. I feel icky. I wanted to throw up. I was fascinated. I was disturbed. What more can I say? A plus horror movie, A plus movie, terribly good, terribly disturbing. They all did a great job. Oh my God. Watch The Substance, unless you can't handle it. And then very much don't even try. That's it. Piercing thoughts.